This is a story about life, about struggle, about success. Not just mine, but yours too. Because whether you see it now or not, we're all trading something every single day. Time, energy, choices. That's life. That's trading. I wasn't always here. I wasn't always the guy you see on your screen. I started out just like most people, uncertain, broke, doubting the system, doubting myself. But one thing kept me going, the belief that life's biggest opportunities aren't given, they're taken, and I took mine. See, trading isn't just about charts, candles, or currencies. It's about discipline, patience, and the courage to bet on yourself. It's about understanding that every loss is a lesson and every win is a stepping stone. It's about the grind, the sleepless nights, the early mornings, and that voice in your head telling you to keep going when the rest of the world says stop. But let me tell you something. This journey didn't start with success. It started with failure. More failures than I can count. I remember sitting in front of my screen, watching the markets eat me alive, thinking maybe this isn't for me. But deep down, I knew it wasn't about the markets. It was about me. My mindset, my choices, my willingness to adapt, to learn, and to grow. The truth is, trading is a mirror. It shows you who you really are. It forces you to face your fears, your doubts, and your limits. But it also shows you your potential if you're brave enough to see it. I'm here now because I refuse to quit, because I learned to see every loss as a stepping stone, every setback as a setup for a comeback. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's this. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be persistent. Success isn't about getting it right all the time. It's about staying in the game long enough to win. This isn't just a stream. This is a movement. A space where we don't just talk about markets. We talk about life, about growth, about becoming the best version of yourself, not just as a trader, but as a person. Because the truth is, the charts don't care about you, but this community does. I do. And together, we're gonna rise. So, take a deep breath, clear your mind, and get ready. This is where traders are made. This is where dreams are built. And this is where your story begins. Let's get it.
Intro part 2. What's going on? What's the dizzle, my nizzles?
What up, what up, what up? Good to see you, brother.
Man. What's going on? The fucking Knicks are 1 game away.
Crazy.
What a wild game. It looked like Brunson couldn't miss a shot yesterday in the 4th quarter. Amazing. Incredible. Oh, who cares about shoulder pain when the Knicks are winning? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I know Green was mad happy after game 3. I'm like, how you from New York and you posting the Boston win, bro? Typical upstater. Typical upstater. Yeah. He said, let's not talk about it. All right. Yeah, let's skip that before you ruin one of the mods' moods, and then everybody's going to get fucking... Gonna be friendly fire all over the place. People gonna be getting sniped left and right. Yeah. Green, after a Boston loss, is like a cop coming into work after a fight with his wife. Like, that's not somebody you want to get stopped by tonight, right? That's not somebody you want to pull you over. Hit the weights. Anyway, how's everybody doing? I see besides Green, we got Jay, Doc Shot, Mr. Patel, Raj, as always. Tom Taylor. CPI, smoke a blunt. Just did. Yep. Anyway, we got news coming up here. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but we have CPI today, right? And 3 red folders, probably a whipsaw, but definitely volume. We're gonna see volume, right? After that, where I think we're clear for the day. I mean, at some point, Trump will talk like he does every day, but we should be good rest of the day after 8:30. So, what do we have? 12 minutes to go. What time is it? Yeah, we got 12 minutes to go. So we're gonna wait. Let's mark up our levels. Daily closed bear. Should expect today at some point to break the lows and drive. At least fill the daily wick. But we're the strong daily support. Strong support here. Daily 4-hour all across the board. Every time frame. Look at that. Things will get interesting. Everything's coming down. 4-hour closed bearish. Current 4-hour broke the previous 4-hour low. So everything's coming down right now. Every time frame is bearish. Let's mark up our ranges. Good solid level there. Good solid level here. I was surprised here last night. I thought this was going to fill down. I thought we were going to stay at this range down here below 26. Hold on, we got to extend this. Is my TV loud? We got ESPN on. Trump's in Saudi Arabia with Musk and Nvidia CEO making a deal. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like deal made. You better believe the shit's gonna be announced. It's gonna be all over the news, all over. Trump does not miss a chance to flex. You believe the gap's always filling? I believe this gap up here will get filled. Clean range. It's not that they get filled. It's just whenever we come back through here, you know why it gets filled? Because this motherfucker is a clean range. This is one clean candle down here. Market was just closed. This is what it is right here. You know what I mean? So whenever you're coming back up, whether it's going to be today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever it does decide to come through this area, it's going to do the same thing. Capiche? Wait, what happened to our music? Oh, silence happened to our music. Stay away from our music, silence. You evil bitch. Anyway, Zoom door, I got you. Hold on. Yep. You're right, you are at the Zoom door. How the fuck's everyone doing? What's up, Sam? Nate? Reggie? Let's wait on news here. Wait on news here. Yeah, I was telling the guys on Sunday, the private session, I was like, market opened on Sunday, and I'm sitting here at 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7. This shit's still not moving. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with top one and my broker, right? Like, if anything, if the broker, one of them maybe not working, both of them, right? I'm like, why are we not opening up? And then it took me 2.5 hours to realize price was fucking down here.
I was getting ready to go to work, and I said, let me just see where the market opened at real quick. And I looked, I said, how was I opening it? And I looked for a couple more minutes, and I was like, well, I don't know. Let me go to work. Let me figure it out. Maybe it's a holiday or something. I don't know, but
Bro.
Market ain't open.
Like, cause yeah, you look, you know, you look 100 pips up, 200 pips up. This shit was 500 pips away when price opened. Like, I looked at it, I was like this. I was like, all right, like, ain't shit happen. Like, are we gonna open or what? And for 2.5 hours, I did not fucking do shit because I thought the market was closed. I'm like, oh, that's the funniest feeling ever. Like, my goofy ass was searching for price 500 pips away. How did you guys do yesterday? Did you guys trade? Anyone had any good trades? Any good position?
Herbert got on Discord, so we was on with him.
Nice. How did he do? You guys got a dub?
We didn't do a whole lot. Market was kind of janky.
Well, Turpy got 55 pips during the session.
Ooh.
And I caught a little over 100. So it's pretty decent.
Nice. You guys were in the voice channel in the Discord?
Yes.
Yep.
Actually, we were pretty packed. Yeah, I think we got almost to like 30 people or something.
Chat. First of all, drop a like here and sub to the channel. That's all we ask, right? That's the extent of what you can do, right? And it's very simple, right? Just clicking a button twice. So drop a like, sub to the channel, but go join our free Discord. It's free. Got Turpy streamed in there for free.
Yeah, and we reminded everybody to donate since y'all want to jump on. Everybody need to be donating too.
Oh yeah, Turpy's cause. The PC. Or laptop, right? I'm not sure what he's trying to get. You can stream off a laptop though. Get one of those triple monitor setups that Jay has. You're chilling. It's got to be like a 5-minute overlap here somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. This is clean. 5 minutes here. 5 minutes for news, and then we'll look to take advantage of the volume. You can stream on a Mac, you just have to be plugged in. Yeah, you can't be unplugged. You're going to need power. You got to be plugged in. It's funny, the entire chat's all mods. Oh, Nightbot's back to work. Welcome, Nightbot. I took a day off. 2 days off. I think we might whipsaw because of the 3 red folders. Watch these numbers come out all different. One's going to come out better than expected, the other one's going to come out worse than expected, and the third one's going to come out even. Or some variation of that. 3 minutes here. 208 people watching. I know we don't have that many likes. Damn, that doesn't sound like a lot of faith. Take a second since you probably forgot. Oh, that sounds like faith. He's giving you the benefit of the doubt, chat. We believe in you. Drop some likes. Drop 1 like. Honestly, you don't have to drop multiple. Do not drop 2 likes. Honestly, we don't need 2 likes. A single like will do. Yeah, don't drop 2 likes. I'm saying we don't want more. We don't really request a lot, right? We don't. There's not really a steep barrier for entry here in this stream. Just a like. Wild trade-off, true. I concur. Let's see what happens here. It's gonna get interesting. Because you figured the daily's got room to drive, but we're at a daily support. I don't know. Today's daily candle's a whipsaw so far. But what happens the last few times here, right? You see this level? We tap that level, right, before we really take off to the upside. So if this support's gonna hold. Okay, watch this level here. What do we have? 3, 2, 1. What would be the stops here? Oh no, that would be stupid. Wow, all bad numbers across the board. So we should be coming up. Yeah, we filled the range down. Yeah, I'm gonna trust this to flip at some point. I'm not gonna take anything here with these little. Oh no, what am I saying? It came straight up. I thought it bounced down first. So yeah, it came straight up, pulling back. This can get interesting. This might leave some range to the upside. Is today the day we fill this gap? I don't know. Yeah, I think this should re-break highs here at some point. The numbers are all negative. Probably needs to grab orders. The next issue is it can grab all those orders all the way down to 32.29 here and then still push back up. Yeah, we're gonna wait for some closures. It's at a support, which should push it up, right? And you have a catalyst for a bullish move, which should bring in, bullish volume. a support with news that is that's bullish, right? With a bullish red folder should bring us up here. I mean, everything should fall in line together. Due to timing, can't be in the agent streams. I was looking on the channel, but you did not post the agent stream. Eddie streamed Asian. Eddie. News flop? Yeah. So far, this news candle is flopping. Sunday stream. We stream Sunday. Oh, you mean I didn't post? No, I think I made it public. I don't remember. I might have forgot to make it public. I'll check later. If I did, I'll make it public later. Yeah, I usually do it right after I finish the stream. While I still have it on there. Driving bear against the news. Man. Tatum out. Yeah. I think Jason Tatum tore his Achilles. That'd be wild. Sucks for him. Great for the Knicks. Sucks for him. He's done for, yeah. It's a hard thing to come back from, too. Look at this. Just spoke about this, right? Bounce off support, maybe re-break highs. It would make sense with the news. 30 break at highs, hourly flip. I just want a closure. Took it off the 1 minute stacked. Okay. Not bad. Yeah, the 1 minute candles are like the 5 minutes 5 years ago. I'm sorry, like the fucking 30 minutes 5 years ago. You need this to dump so the NASDAQ could keep going up. They're going to be both affected by the same thing. You're likelier to see the NASDAQ going up first before this dumps. Yacht time. Right now? I mean, for a lot of Florida, it is like random Tuesday yacht time. Florida's just stupid. We're stupid like that. It's raining here. No, yeah, today, yeah. It's fine if you're on a boat. It's not that great if you're on like a jet ski, right? I mean, technically, that's you're asking for it, right? Lightning strikes the highest point on the water, right? And if you're on a jet ski and it's thunderstorms, you better be careful. Last time I went on one, it rained too, and our captain got hit in the head with a bottle by another boat and canceled the trip. That's the most Florida thing ever. That's fucking awesome. Ah, damn. What's worse, crying in a storm or crying in a storm on a yacht? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, depends on the reason why you're crying. If I'm crying in a storm on a yacht, it's better not be because I'm in the middle, stuck in the middle of an ocean with no fucking, with no engine. Then I'm crying in a storm in a yacht, and I'd rather not be on it. I think the reason for crying is really the key there. Depends how big the yacht is, the storm is, and how far from land you're at. Well, it's Noah's Ark. It's the flood that killed the dinosaurs, and there is no land. Gonna take another hit of the J to get the Wix philosophical level. True. Bro, I've seen deep ocean fishers, although not even their boats can handle. Bro, the waves in the ocean are like middle of the ocean, like hundreds of feet. Hundreds. Like, what are you gonna do with your little 20-footer or 50-footer? Like a 50-foot boat. It's not a small boat, you know, but middle of the ocean. Yeah. Oh, look at some of these ships in the middle of the ocean, and some of these oil tankers, or like, you know, the shipping ones, the container ones. Yo, did you guys, you ever seen them? I don't know how people do it. They'd be like this fucking billion-ton ship, fucking just up, down through wild waves. Definitely like 100, 200-foot waves. Crazy. The higher time frames are bearish. The market gives you such numbers, or the price might go up. Is it recommended to follow the higher time frames only? Well, the higher time frames have established ranges here, right? So why can't you use those ranges, right? You don't have to trade through multiple higher time frame ranges. You've created a range, right? It's going to get filled. We'll wait for the higher time frame levels, and when the market makes a decision, hop on. Levels. I don't know if I like this 15. Like, this looks good, but I think this is better like this. Because now I can kind of identify a fake out if we come back down, right? right? Now we close below 47, trade that down to 42 if that does happen, maybe like 2 or 3 candles from now. We'll see. Yeah, I hate motion sickness. Seasickness is the worst. And shoulder pain. Seasickness and shoulder pain. Yeah, they can literally go fuck themselves. $15 buys? No. If I'm looking for buys, these previous candle stops are just stupid right now. But you can take it. Right now, there's also no top wick, so I don't know. The hourly will flip. I mean, if you're taking them, at least know that you're taking them with the fundamentals aligning, right? Everything's technically should technically be bringing gold up. Tried acupuncture? No, I have not. I'd rather have no arms and no legs. Yeah, I'd rather not have to make that choice, dog. I'm gonna ride this, you know, 4 appendages thing out, see where it takes me. I think I would for sure rather have arms. I don't know, right? Because, like, what if you're getting jumped, right? Like, what the fuck are you going to do with just arms and no legs? Like, you know, sit there and fucking just swing? At least with legs, you can run away. Yeah, you could probably run away off balance and shit, like just swerving. But you can still run. You'd be getting knocked over by the wind and shit. Looking like a fucking... He said like... Your ass be looking like an exclamation point running down the street. Yeah, but you be... You know how fast you would run? Because think about it. You would be lighter and you would be more aerodynamic. Yeah, less weight and you would be more aerodynamic, right? You would be just flow through the wind. Oh. What are we doing? What are we doing? We got 12 minutes here for the hourly. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Yeah, gang, if you got something to do, we got 10 minutes to this hourly closes. So, we shall wait. Somewhere in my backyard is a joint waiting for me. Yep. This guy always waits for me. Loyal AF. Eddie, what's up with the shit weather we've been having? It's been ass. It's been raining. It's been doing a number on my arm. I think like the pressure, the high pressure systems. Sounding like I know what the fuck I'm talking about, like a weatherman. You know, it's the cumulonimbus clouds mixed with the atmospheric. Okay, shut up. Turn up the volume for a bit. When I get sick or injured, I realize how much I take my health for granted. I think everyone's like that. Especially when it's like not actual sickness, but it's like an age thing, right? Like, if it's not like a cold, but if it's like arthritis. Yeah. W for those jokes. Yeah, I was bored as shit. It was a vibe. I didn't understand a word he was saying, but this shit sounded good. What do I need to see for buys? Probably come down here and create a support, or I need some bullish closures. That's what we need. We need some bullish candle closures. We kind of have one here. It's not bad. We'll see how this closes. Support or not. What do we need to see? That's a good question. Well, if you look at it like this, probably the break of the high. It's not too bad. Just depends, because like this resistance could be. Right, and then what are you doing? Break at a high, 20 pips. I mean, I guess that's not bad because you're kind of holding this support here. And the drive came from here, so really, I mean, that's just an advantage point. Actually, the whole drive. Maybe 67 pips. It would have to probably be the break at a high of the previous candle. Because like it's either that, then support held, or like we look for a closure back up above 32.55 and we wait this out, but this is not a bad stop, right? 70 pips, 75 pip stop. 30 closing bullish. That would be the break of the previous hourly high as well, right? Look, 15, yeah, this 30. So that would be the break of the previous hourly high. I don't know. I think NYSE Open will give us a better confirmation. Let's see how we set up. This is nice though. Not sure if this is the range. This is the range. Yeah, that makes more sense. Right, but we closed below here. Look at that. Right. So, wow. I didn't expect this to come down here at the end of the candle here. This is not bad, honestly. If we break these lows, we should be down, coming down, technically. And news has just played out over the last half hour. This top wick we just made. It's 30 seconds though on this 15. You do want that with a bottom wick, but we'll see. This might get really interesting. I don't know if I want a flip or a break of the candle lows here. So it's gonna get really interesting. Four-hour on spot shows we can, I mean, even the hourly look like how do you read this, right? Really depends how you read this. Might make a bottom wick start coming up. Might be re-breaking the bottom wick here. So it just depends. This isn't bad right now for a break at a previous candle low. I just figure it makes a steeper high. It's the hourly. But if you want sells, right, you want to have some range to fill. But so far, the only logical thing here would be the break of the lows. What's the difference here? It's 30-something pips, 33 pips. I'm also aware of this hourly low, right? Like the hourly level is lower than this. Right? I don't want to flip into this hourly level and then reflip bullish. Where's the 1 hour? Already respected it, right? Really depends how you have your levels drawn up here. Like this. What it is. But this looks so good on the damn 30. I'm sorry, on the hourly. On the 30, it looks good on the break of the lows. I'm just a bit skeptical of the level. Ooh, people at the Zoom door. Come on in. Come on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait here on the hourly break. I don't like this little area in general. It's very arbitrary. It's the wrong color to use there. Depending on where you put this level, right? Hourly, 15. So you probably want, you did form a support here. You probably want a closure below there. And below there you have that 1 hour level. So probably a closure below there instead of just the 15. Took buys London session all-time highs. That's impossible. But I'm happy for you. That was a typo? How's all-time highs a typo? You meant that. 2 all-time highs. Never got there. What are you doing? For it to drive up, don't you expect the 4 hour to have some sort of bottom wick? Well, yeah, I used to. But not all the times when we close it at a level. Yeah, maybe it comes down and gives us that wick. Maybe it doesn't. I'd rather get that cleaner range, right? The closure below. Because if you look to the left here, whoops. Let's get rid of this. As we're coming down for a flipski. Right. Look how clean. Right. This is. There's just all these drives, like these candles up and down, up and right through the range. Like every single drive through this area is clean. Nothing holds here. Don't have to worry about these wicks. Is it the hourly? Is it the 30? Is it the 15? No, below here, below 32.44, it's clear. So I would like to get down below here. So if this flips and you guys have sells, right? If you have sell stops over here, like if I hope your trade plays out, right? Because if it plays out for you and does come down here, it'll start setting up for me, right? But yes, you hear that. I hear that a lot, right? Like you guys have a TP where my entry is, right? I'm only getting in. You guys are already taking your TPs. So I also stay out of some pullbacks where you guys are in here, and then it just starts coming up against you, right? Just a trade-off. You win some, you lose some, right? But I'd rather personally trade the cleaner range than the arbitrary area here, right? I'll just wait an extra candle and let it, because if it wants to come down, it'll come down close below here, right? If we are truly bearish, and we're going to see a bearish drive to the next higher time frame support, which is what target would be, right? Then we would break these lows and continue driving, and I'll have a chance to enter. It'll set up. I'm trying not to get ahead of it. Looks like it's going to create that top wick, but in my experience, it doesn't owe you one here. I mean that bottom wick. Plus 18 on buys. Oh, I thought you were putting out an ad. You're hiring. Plus 18. was looking for 40, but it's fucking around. I feel that. Books what made you adapt your strategy. I needed to figure out where I can have stops based on my knowledge in terms of in terms of these ranges being massive, or as a response, right, to these ranges being massive. Because I took a big loss 4 Thursdays in a row. Like for 4 Thursdays in a row, I took a big loss. Because my run up in Forex, right, with stops from 50 to 1.1 was more valuable than 140 wins in a row. Even though that in itself is fucking unbelievable. We couldn't believe what's happened. Like we were at 70, then at 80, then at 90, and 100, 110, 20. Yeah, it was like, I don't know. I don't know where that fucking run came from. Hey. Even the Knicks had Linsanity at one point. That shit, it was the biggest thing ever in New York for 9 days. That was our Linsanity moment. When's the doctor's appointment? Mañana. Did you feel any bad emotion after the last big loss? No, I enjoyed it. Yeah, like any other loss, like it doesn't really usually losses don't really affect, you know, the rest of my day. They don't really have a big impact. But when it's 4 Thursdays in a row, like it would be stupid to continue doing the same thing and thinking like it's not gonna happen again. That would be the definition of insanity, right? So gotta adjust. She still gets to me. My losses come in a row because you're not married to the trades, but you're attached to the bias. Oh shit, the song. We gotta get rid of this. You're out of there. When you took the last loss, can't find the stream. What loss? What are you talking about? Jay said, well, actually, according to my calculations, Jay pulled up the glasses at his nose, like up to his eyes, like that.
Yeah, but the last loss wasn't really a loss, but we got to still be true about it. You accidentally closed something or traded something accidentally, or I forgot what it was exactly. It wasn't really a loss, and that's the thing. I think it was the stop loss that was too low,
Actually,
too high.
it accidentally saved us. Actually, it wasn't the loss by accident in the general terms of money.
Yeah, you made profit right after to compensate for it. So it's still technically a loss, and it's still a real stream that he publishes. So that's why I put it there.
We want to know the
So
time. That's what they're asking. They want to know the time, place. They want the geolocation and the time in seconds.
yeah. People crack me up. People crack me up.
I'm about to go play poker. Who's down? Bougie fucking lives in Vegas. He's always down. That's one person I wouldn't mind going to dinner with. Bougie knows exactly what to get. Bougie, what are we getting? Everything. Everything. Look at page 6. What about it? The entire page. He said, wait, what? I said, you know about food because you eat a lot. I don't know how. Yeah, you're always having like 18 bowls of fruit, 16 eggs. Jumbo eggs where it's never anything normal. Yeah. You would need like 4 ostriches, bro, if you were getting ostrich eggs. These oats were blessed by the Dalai Lama. Yeah, whatever. About to get rid of this area too. This isn't bad. I need a closure here. If we can close, I'll look for some sells. It'd be amazing if we can close and next candle can come up, create a top hook for here. But I don't think we need one based on the previous one. All right, look at this 30. Look at the hourly. Broke that previous low too. I know I was initially looking at it off the 15 level, but I want the closure below this hourly. This can just as easily right back up and flip bullish. Oh, there it goes. I don't know. We'll see. I need a closure. Doubt it'll flip. Oh, I mean, like, yeah, we can doubt it, but I want to be pretty certain. You know what I mean?
I don't throw darts at a board. I bet on sure things.
Let's go. I mean, we doubted if it would flip, right? But here it is, coming up really close to the flip. Yeah, yeah, I'm throwing thoughts out there too. I was honestly more on your side, doubting that it'll flip. The 15-minute flip up can be considered we respected support. Yeah, but there's just no entry on that flip up. People at the Zoom door. The doc is in. Doc McStuffins. Doc McStuffins. The doc is in. You ever thought about changing your chart colors? No. Oh wow, that previous 15 closed bullish, right? Respected. This flips 35. Yeah, I don't know. Because it flips sooner. It's not the 30 flip, right? The 30's already done flip. It's the 15. I don't know. Maybe if this 15 can close like it is right now, right? Respect this support. The next candle breaks its high, then, right? Then I can look for the ride up. If we respect this support right now and then break the previous candle high. So maybe not this current flip here right now, even though it might flip, might come up, right? But I don't think I take anything here right now. It did reject hard to refill the entire 15. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly why we need to wait for closure. Look, it broke that low, but it never closed. All right, so the 15 is flipping. No, it's not. The 30 flipped. The 15 has not flipped. Got close. Created a bottom wick for the first half of this candle. Maybe it rides up for the second. I want to ask, say you're in drawdown and price is driving against you and there's clean range to your stops. Should you just get out before the clean range or have stops? Well, why would you have stops? Well, when you were setting them, right? And you realized there's clean range going to them. Didn't the question arise like, why am I setting stops here if there's clean range going there? Maybe I need different stops. So probably before that clean range is entered, so you don't have to ride, you don't have to price watch price, either or, drive against you towards your stops in a clean range. My shoulder hurts. How much time we got? We got 5 minutes here for NYC Open. Give me 2 minutes, chat. I'm gonna take some meds. I'm gonna smoke some meds, and I'll be right back. I need an ibuprofen. What's the deal, gang? We've pushed up. God damn. Remember when we were breaking lows? That was fun. NYC Open. Hey, if we get a bottom wick, this is gonna get really interesting. Lock in here, gang. I'm gonna have a buy stop on screen. You know what? These are big stops. Oh, we'll see. I might make it a 2. Do you want a bottom wick? NYC open here. Have buy stops right there. Sorry, if you're in a signal channel, I just had to set a different size trade. So I'll let you know when we're active. I have partials. Oh, we're in. We are in there. Sell limit. So we're in a position. Take this up to here. I'm gonna have partials probably right here, close to limit sell 2. I'll let the list rock. I want to fill the wick. The previous candle wick is what I want filled. Got close. But it's NYC open, so I expect this. I was expecting this to drive up and push hard immediately right off the flip. Yeah. Pull back down. What do we see? 14. No, that's not enough. I was expecting at least the wick fill. Stops here, break of the previous candle low. That stops. So NYC open here. NYC open here. We're expecting to get to 32.55 at the very least. Try it again. And we weren't early, right? We didn't have a top wick. We waited for it to create a bottom wick first. So I did everything I wanted it to do. Maybe the break of the previous candle was better. That's possible. But yeah, I did everything I wanted it to do. Closed above, bottom wick first. NYC open, 30 closure bullish. Already have a bottom wick. Made a bottom wick first. Flipped. Range to fill. I don't know. Maybe the better entry would have been a break of the previous candle, but then that eats up so much range. And the stops become much bigger. That's the only thing I could think of. I just don't like how it's pumping down. It keeps pumping down. I don't like that. I don't like it. It sucks. Because it could fake out here, close below, and we're continuing the ride down. Right, and you can have a support off of here. So this is the same position that I re-entered off the break at a high yesterday. It broke the low, took me out, and then went in my direction. This looks like it's going to come down here. There's some clean range to this wick. So if it starts filling this wick, it's going to be a little tough. You see that? We already have a top wick on the higher time frame on the hourly. Wow. I really expected that 30 to ride up front YC open. Sucks. Because we haven't retested the highs. We've never been up here to retest and grab more orders. But at this point, I don't think it needs to. It's just... yeah. I closed my position on my live account right here. I'm gonna wait for it to re-break highs. If it re-breaks highs, I got a really big lot running on my live account, so I closed it there. If it re-breaks highs, I'll take the same lot size. Yeah, this is a funded, and I'm up on this, so I'm leaving this open. But I got a really big lot running on my live. I closed it here, and if it re-breaks highs, I'll probably double the lots. So I think it was a bad trade. I think my entry could have been better. I think we should have been at the break of the highs. Now that the break of the highs here on the hourly made more sense. But then again, like, you know what I mean? We'll see. It's not a bad trade in terms of what you expect, right? It's the 30 close bullish back in range. I expect a really steep drive. Like, I expect NYC open to really drive this up. We shall see. We shall see. How much money? These are 350K instants. Come on, volume. Let's fucking go. I got buy stops on my live account on the break of the previous highs. Because at that point, I think if we break the previous highs, we're going to move. So on my live account, I got a buy stop right here. Over here, I'm not overly exposed. Over here, you know, 3 lots unfunded. Yeah, yesterday did the same thing. Took me out and then ran up. Over here, though, it's the rebreak of the hourly low, so I don't know if it takes us out and then goes up. Might just continue down. Yeah. I think the break of these highs would have been the better entry. Right? Break the previous. But man, that would have ate up so much room. Like getting in over here would have ate up a lot of room. Yeah, this is the rebreak of the hourly low. Stop sit on the funded. That was like 40 pips. It wasn't like 40 pips. That was like, yeah, the live closed at like 40. But I'm gonna delete the buy stop since it broke that low. Yeah, on the funded, that was 93, 94. Yeah, I had a buy stop right here up until it broke that low. Once it broke that low, I deleted it. Yeah, I was willing to risk this shit on the funded, but I closed way early over here. I thought about it when we got to break even on the funded. I thought about closing and waiting just for the actual rebreak, but then I'm like, it's a funded account. This is the only difference in mindset, right? On a funded, you're just like, all right, this shit's just gonna go. Let it. 51 pips.
I think you had two positions, right? Or is it just one?
No, I had 110 line.
Okay. Oh wow, that's a big one.
I had 110 line. It's all relative to the account. I mean, most of the positions on there are between 5 and 10.
Mhm.
Some at 4. But most of the positions are between 5 and 10. I just saw the size. I was like, all right, once it starts breaking these lows, I'm like, I'm not willing to. I'd rather take a 20 lot re-entry once we re-break the highs here, and I'll take this small loss than let it ride.
Okay.
And that's what I would have done. I would just double the lots and take that entry up here. It's been an up and down month for me. Did this shit yesterday. Fucking broke the lows, took me out, and then re-broke the fucking highs. I'll be so tight. At this point, you'd need the re-break of the highs here of the hourly. Lovely. I always want to attribute it to something, like to pinpoint the exact thing. No, it's just I think the break of the previous highs was a higher probability, even though it would have eaten up a lot of the pips. Hey, can you pass me the blue one? Am I looking for sells? I mean, this is a lovely fake out to come down, right? But let's. I really expected that hourly or this to retest the highs. Maybe if we pull back up here, we've made a bottom wick. There's levels here. Yeah, if we pull back up in range or pull back up, retest resistance. Yeah, like this, I don't really have an edge on this. If we pulled back up like this, like these wicks, attempt to drive up here and then fail and come back down, re-break lows, yeah, we would have set sell stops. Too much shit going on? What do you mean? We have news? No, there's no news. News played out already, and news was bullish, right? Like, if to fall in line with everything, like, that write-up would have made sense. Everything's well besides my shoulder, man. That's the only thing. If that was working, I'd be a happy camper. Like this. Breaking below, this is good. Let's see. At this point, yeah, we're either come up and create a resistance here at 32.44, or we're start getting closures below 32.37. Right, so either we pull up here and trade off this level down. Oops, that is the most anorexic candle ever. But yeah, do this and then we'll trade this down. Or we just close below this area where we're at right now. Create some kind of range that I can use as stops. Alright, so if we're able to close below here, I'd want something to use as stops. So maybe a bullish candle. And then any break of the lows here, we'll take it and I'll use that stop. That's the two things I'm looking for. Injury from Jim? No, that's what everyone's asking. Nah, it's not a muscle. It's a nerve. The nerve. Find it a tougher month? It's just, I don't know. I could be better, yeah. Nerve food tablet? I'm not really sure what that is. Never even heard of that. How do I know it's a nerve? Because the few people that know have told me that they've kind of separately and independently of each other come to an agreement. Looking like it's holding for now. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. There's no buys here. There's no buys off this level. Well, I mean, I would wait for it to come back up here and then take sells. If bullish momentum occurs. If we just continue bearish, then I'm glad to take sells below here. Next trade, you plan to double lot size, and no, not necessarily. I was going to double lot size on that reflip because that would have been a high probability. It's not just double lot size because, like, I'm trying to make back faster what I lost. No, it was that would have been a higher probability trade, so I would have been extra fine with it. But now we're coming down. No, I'm not gonna just randomly double my lots. I'll tell you if I have a bigger or smaller or same lot size. I think I was just early here. Needed the break of these highs right here. These wicks. But man, timing wise, it's set up perfectly. We saw about 15 pips here. 14 pips. Yeah, the entry should have been above the break pretty high. Your entry wasn't good. No, it wasn't best to come down tap support. It's just the most valid entry would have been the break of the previous candle, because that's what I was using to stop. It just makes sense. The thing is, when we create this bottom wicket, there's on the break of this high, right? We're so close to here. It eats up a lot of range. That's 30 pips it would have eaten up. 28 pips. So in my head is, all right, we've closed not just above the hourly, we closed above the 15 as well. Bottom wick first, we're flipping. At least we have the advantage point to the previous wick. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. No biggie. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, you want a bottom wick on this 4 hour. It would suck if it doesn't have a bottom wick here in 4 minutes. Be careful on your funded. You have daily drawdown. Yeah, it's daily drawdown. I hit the daily. I hit the daily. I don't want to hit it, right? So I'm probably gonna go on a smaller lot on the funded, just based on what is it, like 37. So I'll have like 1,000. So we'll see. Depending on the stop, maybe 1 or 2 lot. This instant fun? Yeah, this instant fun. Need a bottom wick. 3 minutes here on the 4 hour. You guys traded in London? Terpene, the voice channel? Since when? Since when? Since always. Let's go. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We need to pull back. I was in sleep. He traded alone. Somewhere in the world, there's the world's smallest violin playing a sad song. Just for you. Alone. He made like 1,200 pips. Alright, so it's not that lonely. You ever met my friend Benjamin? And my friend Abe? And George? Fuck George, he's cheap. But Benjamin? It's all about the Benjamins. That was a good movie. 30 seconds here for this 4 hour. Oh, that's why you asked, because I closed half a position. Yeah, you see the signals closing half and then full. I closed half a position and then full. That's crazy. That's really ugly with no bottom wick there on the 4 hour. Yeah, that's nasty. That's nasty. We can still create range, right? It's gonna have to pull up heavy. $15-minute consolidation break was your sign it was a potential sell-off. Yeah, but that didn't happen until we were in a trade. We closed back in range when we took the entry. Like, yeah, hindsight's over here when we closed below. Otherwise, before that, we grabbed orders down here. We were tempted to drive, closed back in range, and closed above the hourly and the 15 and its NYSE open. We closed back in range, made a bottom wick first. We flipped bullish. That's, like I said, the only thing I would have done differently, probably, you know, going back. Obviously, hindsight's 2020 is probably wait for the break of the previous high. That would have made more sense. Would I take the same trade? Yeah, but I would take it off the break of the previous high. It's funny. We spoke about this low when we hopped on stream. Might tap it and come right back up. So we had this marked off. All right, let's see. Let's see. Can we create some range? Either that, or if we continue down below 33.26, is clean as well. But with that closure on a 4 hour, I would expect a steep pullback. The fact that there's no wick there. This is NAS and gold always move opposite of each other. Typically, yeah, the indices and gold metals move opposite of each other. Indices one way, metals the other. Typically, not necessarily. Let's see, we'll start pulling up above 33, 32, 37. We'll start looking for either a fake out or a closure that respects this support, 32, 37. Respects it as a support. So we'll close above, find a support, and then continue up. We'll see. We shall see. So we either get this and close back in range. We'll look to retest these lows that we just made. Right. Or we end up closing, respecting this area. And then we'll look for buys off of there. Middle range. Really depends on which one of these plays out and how we react at 32, 37. We might just push through all the way immediately, and then we'll look for something at this area. Why do I think the 1 hour break a high? It would just been the same candle re-breaking its own high, and my stops were based on the previous 30 here, right? If my stops are based on this candle, right, we should have kind of had our entry based off of it too, and the break of that candle. It just would have been a higher probability trade if we broke the previous high and the 1 hour high. Previous 30, current 1 hour. It's the ugly range. Don't mean we can't try to take advantage of it. Five closed above. Let's see what the next 5 does. What do we do with the 15? Back at the same price we were in New York. Yep, 24 hours ago. 24 hours. Alright. See if we hold resistance. There's some range to come down here. There's no wick on the previous 4. But we have range 2 there. But this 4-hour range sucks. This chop is ugly. Ugly chop. Been a slower week for us. In general, expected a lot of runners to go. I had a couple of them, right? We only had a couple of runners beginning of the month or end of last month.
It's that New York session.
Yeah, New York session has been real choppy, but it is what it is. We have tough weeks too.
Yeah.
Patience. I concur. Why you dress so oily and pretty? Them shits is luxurious. Luxurious. Stupid. Been a tough week for you also. Yeah, I mean, it's the market. Can't do anything about it. We set up exactly what we were looking for. Like I said, I think the only thing we could have probably changed was the entry off the break of the previous high. Let's see, 15 closing above. Very interesting. It's above this area. What's the stops here? 85. It'd be amazing if we could get a better stop here on the next candle, right? If the next 15 can come down but not drive up, we get a bearish closure but still above 32.37. That will give us a smaller stop. Well, if we close above. If we close above and we were able to do something like this, right? Get a better stop here. Break of the highs we're in. Or it holds this resistance. I know the previous 4-hour doesn't have a bottom wick and no range, but this candle's already created a bottom wick, so it's created that range if it needs to start heading there. Trump just secured 600 billion in investment pledges from Saudi Arabia. That's why he's there. That's why he's there right now. Wow. If this can re-break its own low, man, I would set a buy stop here. There's range to go up. Because look at last time. I don't know. Personally, I'd want to re-break out of slow. If it re-breaks the low and then re-breaks highs, I would take it. But it's clean, clean. It's clean above here. Clean to the top. Yeah, that's my go. Oh. You know what? I'm gonna set a buy stop on the rebreak of the highs here. Wait. Why can't I do it? Is it too much for my daily? Let's try. What? Why can't I do it? Wait, I'm gonna do it on my the live accounts here. So I got a buy stop on my live account on the break of the highs here. Why can't it? Why won't it let me do it here?
They paused you, bro.
No, they didn't.
Check
Oh
the
shit,
drawdown.
they did. It's 26. Wait, the daily drawdown is on. Hold on, I'm about to be active.
Daily drawdown should be 37.50.
I don't know
But
why it's
whatever.
paused.
Yeah.
We're about to be activated on the live account. I got an entry here on the break of the highs. And are we active? There we go. We're activated. Rebroke the highs here. Oh, whoops. No, wrong thing. It would only make sense. Go partials. Okay, over here, and I have a sell limit over here. 33.44, 32.40. So 32.45 is my sell limit. I'm gonna pump up. Let's go. I'm gonna close 60% of my position right here. Wow, that just pumped down. And I'm gonna leave my TP where it is. So I closed 60% of my position and TP here. Let me figure out why they paused me. Realize P&L. Is there, like, did the rules change for this? For the fundeds? for the daily drawdown. My daily's at 26.79. All right, regardless. We've closed partials here. I've closed about 60% of my position. It shows 50 in the signals, but oh, make sure your stops are to break even here as well. This is a risk-free trade. Let's see if we can ride up here. You know what? I'm going to close full right there. I just closed full. Yeah, so yeah. Overall up $200 for the day. Let me see why they paused me.
Which, did you have two positions open? And you closed partial on both of them? Because I'm seeing double here on the partials and then double on the both. So I want to make sure it was two positions.
No, it's not two positions. I don't know why it's doing that. On the closure, it's showing you.
Two positions.
So we closed the first one. It shows, right? You see it. See it. I don't know why it does that. 2021. No, so it's just percent of the position. I closed 50% of the. I closed 60%. Maybe that's why it's doing that. So yeah, 66.7% of the position was closed.
Okay, so it is correct. So that would be 21 and 20. That would be.
It would be no. The proper way to read that would be 20 pips at 66% of the position closed at 20 pips. That would be the proper way to read that.
So the total closure,
because it's not separate positions, right? I'm just taking a bigger position. Because that's how futures is. It's just all I'm doing is taking a bigger position. Wow, what a great closure here, huh? If we come back, we closed right at the tip.
Yeah. So it'd be 66 pips that you got technically.
Yeah, I just took it at a bigger lot size, so I'm ahead for the day.
Yeah, you're ahead financial and you're ahead pip wise as well.
I'm ahead pip wise, yeah, but this I also took this at a bigger lot size.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
So this was almost double the lot size of my first trade.
Okay, I'll put the numbers up.
That's why it's so tough to talk about pips when it comes to futures or points when it comes to futures, because it really depends. What matters is the money, right? It's the size of the position and how much it drove. Like the proper way to really count it would be like 60 pips at 10 lots or like at 5 lots, right? And then the next position, proper way to count it would be like 80 pips at 3 lots or like whatever it is, Why did they pause my account? I have no idea. I'm gonna take a screenshot and ask them. The drawdown here is supposed to be 3750 or 3700, but I don't really care about that. Like, this is a funded. Once again, I really care more about my live account, and we got a W. What a fucking great closure. This shit came all the way back up. All the way back down to our stops. We closed right at the tip. 32.49. Where did I close? Oh no, I closed 32.44. This is 32.46. So it went another 20 pip. I closed right here. Still perfect closure. Lovely.
I think I may know why they paused you.
Why?
So when you make enough profit and then you pass the first phase, basically, so let's say you make 3K or 4K or something, your
Yeah.
stop loss moves up and then becomes a relative drawdown. So I think maybe your daily would change accordingly based on the relative drawdown that you have. I think that might have been what occurred. You only can see what your balance is and what your maximum loss would be. So you would be able to tell from that if your balance is like at 150.5.
I
as
got
the
another
maximum,
like $4,000 for my max loss.
$4,000 for the max loss.
Yeah, another $3,000. 3 and change.
Yeah, maybe you'd have to reach out to them because I wouldn't know. I thought it was 37.50. So
Trade analysis for this trade. Well, we've closed bullish at a higher time frame, or we closed respecting higher time frame support. Correct? This was an area we marked off where market pulls up heavy from, right? Beginning of the stream. Remember this blue line? Spoke about this. We've tapped it, started driving. We got a bullish closure, right? We didn't really close above this area. I kind of drew this up before. We didn't close on the 15, but the 5 kind of gave us, right, what we needed. It broke that high, and because it was the 5, I didn't really take it. I wanted a 15 or a 30, but then this pulled back, and I said if it creates a steeper bottom wick, I'll retake the break of the highs, and then it pulled back, and I put a buy stop on the rebreak of the highs. Because it did what I wanted, but on the 5 instead of the 15, and like I've been talking about like that I'm going to start really probably taking this off the 5 because there's a lot of volume. But the thing, especially in Asian session, the 5's just been running. It hasn't been waiting for a 15 or a 30 closure. And to me, it was like, all right, 5 played out. I don't want to entry, but the rebreak of the highs here, once we were breaking, we broke the previous hourly, pulled back. I said, if we get a steeper bottom wick, I'll get a buy stop. But pulled back, didn't really get a steeper bottom wick. And I said a buy stop. There's a lot of clean range to come up here. If anything, 32.48. Probably still heading there. But it would have taken us out if the price came back here. Oh, and look at that. Look how close it would have been. If we had a runner, it actually might have survived. It's funny. It's always 3K daily. I don't know. Soft breach, yeah, it's paused. I don't know why. Over risk underfunded. Story of everyone's life. They can't say that shit to me on a live. Can't tell me that shit on a live. Right? Because technically, like, if this had live rules, we're back up here. We're back up in profit. Yeah, I was sure I had another $1,000 to play with. All right, let's see. Let's see if there's anything else we could get, or if we call it a day. Probably be here for
30 just closed, no top
no
wick.
top wick. I know. I see.
Yeah, I was looking for more buys. If it had to retrace a little bit, I was like, all right, I'd take it. But I don't know what to do now.
It's got a wick. It's got some range. It's just relatively small. 7 pips. 7 points.
Wait, would you still take it for another 40 pips?
No, it closed right at this level. See?
Right. because you were saying 48 or something. I
This was
like,
the area where before I was like, I don't know, I wouldn't take buys or sells here because it's like, is this the 15 or the hourly? Like which area do we use here, right? This little range here. Do we use the 15 or the hourly? So I don't want to mess around in this little small area.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just waiting right now. I think I might need to wait on the hour, but because it almost retraced the entire 30 when it dropped. Whereas, yeah, about 30 pips away from that, so it might just reject from that, or it might range for the rest of the day.
This thing's fucking moved. I don't see it stopping for now. It's been moving.
Yeah, Jay, don't say that too loud during New York.
I honestly think.
Did I jinx it?
I honestly think New York is back. Like, you
I'm
know how
back.
we've had Asian volume and London volume. New York's been the rangy session. I think New York is back. You know how I can tell? Because, like, whenever Asian starts slowing down, and whenever you see, like, a move at midnight instead of, like, pre-London, London, or, like, middle of Asian, right? When you see moves out of market time, yeah, New York starts coming back. Just random shit. Because it didn't move as heavy. It didn't move at all, I think, for Asian session. What do we do for Asian session? Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, it stayed in this range for Asian session. Stayed in this range. I guess maybe there's something here. I don't know. To me, looking at it, there was nothing there. But then look at this shit. Midnight, 12:30. Like, where the fuck you going at 12:30? Maybe a club, but this shit decided to ride up 280 pips at midnight. I see the Asian slowing down, yeah, so I think New York session is coming back. Update your trades for today. 1 win, 1 loss. Jay, what were the pips totals?
You lost 51 on the first trade. You won 66 on the second trade, so you're a total profit of 15 pips for the day. Damn, there it goes. It just pushed up, man. Those 50 pips. So I didn't jinx it. Good job.
We
This
ain't out the way yet.
This was target. This was full TP.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It pushed.
Ain't out the way yet.
Technically, you lost 91 unfunded. You are not wrong. Did lose 91 pips on a funded. You are not wrong. How's the new things working out with proper stops? Because I know Wicks how close his position. How close after the closing of what you think. I'm not really sure what you mean, but I'm glad I closed at. I'm glad I closed where I did on the loss, and I'm glad I closed where I did on the on the buys. I mean, on the win. They were both buys. I think I could have done better on the first trade, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm satisfied with my performance. Still made money today. That's the thing. Make money. Show up and win and make money. Just don't over risk, right? I over risked a little bit on the first trade, but I closed out early and took proper risk with a better probability setup, better probability trade. That was a WeWop trade? Maybe it was. I have no idea. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. There's a reason that WeWop is a thing, right? In the industry. At some point, somebody noticed it, thought it works, made it a thing. You still looking for trades? Yeah, I'm here till 11. I mean, it won't be on this funded, that's for sure. This shit is paused. No, I meant for today, but recently you changed your strategy after getting funded. I just adjusted to the ranges. It doesn't have much to do with the funded, but it helps, right? It's cool, right? Be able to do the funded live on stream. I think that loss might have took me out of a payout range. Right under it, probably right under the 5%. It was, believe me, on the 1 minute. I'll send it. No, I believe you. I just don't know what like WeWop. I like we know the thing exists. I just don't know exactly what it is. If you make 2K in the instant, you would have to make 10K for a payout. What do you mean? If you make 2K on the instant, I'm not sure how one has to do with the other. Wait.
Yeah, I think he's confused by a couple of things.
Well,
I figured I'd just stay it instead of writing it.
I think he's saying that to stay in the 20% consistency, if you make 2K in 1 day, you'll
That's the
probably have
difference.
to make 10K to try to pull out something. And
That's the
sounds
difference.
about right.
Correct, but he was missing on the day itself, because if you're making 2K profit doesn't mean anything. It's maximum daily.
No,
You can't make more than that 2K
No.
per day, and then he can withdraw 10K. But since it's the 5% rule now to make your profit, he would be able to withdraw 3,500.
Right.
And yeah, and then he would have that 4% for the second payout. So he needs to have more than that 10K in there. So, but it would be 2K per day maximum. And then as of the 10K, he'd be able to withdraw, technically correct. But yeah, he was missing a few things in there.
Yeah, I didn't understand what he meant. Thank you. If your max win is 2K per day, not necessarily, but I do have some wins over 2K on there. Like 27, I have like a $3,100 win. But like regardless, yeah, I wasn't taking a payout till they were over 10K over. Yeah, it says I'm in the metrics. It says daily loss limit 3750, loss 2600. I have no idea why.
Yeah, you got a message in the chat because I'm still not sure either. Really makes sense to me. Check if all of your accounts are also positive. Maybe refresh the page and take a look.
phone some. Oh, there it is. All right. Is Wix still give away funded accounts? Yeah, I gave away a whole bunch over the last week. A lot. A lot. We'll give away some at the end of the week. I think maybe Thursday, Friday we'll do some giveaways. Top Up Futures, are we allowed to have the same trade idea as Wix? Do we need different entries? I mean, they say they don't want you copy trading, but I haven't, like, when people that have put in code Wix, we haven't really had too many issues. I think I maybe had one person that said they had an issue. But then again, I don't know if they used code Wix or what it was. Yeah, the closures are ugly. No top wick here, respected. No top wick here. Yeah, our original trade would have worked out here. We'd be in profit. We only needed to sit through 210 pips of drawdown. There's room to go here.
You said there's room to go for it to push back up, you mean?
There's some room to go here.
So how much of a drawdown, how much of a bottom wick would you want to see? Because now the 5 created the bottom wick, the 15, sorry, created a bottom wick first, created the top wick. It's coming back down like bearish. So are you looking at this for the hourly to push up and then leave a top wick for possible buys?
I would like this to push up into here. Into 32.55 and above.
Okay. Okay.
This is like, if you look here, look at these rejection wicks at this area. We close right at this area, right at these wicks. So we can come down. Maybe we come down and form a support here at 32.45.9. right, maybe this pushes down to here. Give it a pretty wick, right? Maybe it does that, respects it, and then we close bullish, but that's going to be a few candles. If anything, that's probably going to be a signal channel position, right? We close bullish here, and then start coming up. Gotta see what happens. Gotta see how this prints. But if we can hold support here, right? If we pull back and hold this, I'll look to retest the highs and maybe further. This can go many different ways, right? This can come down, close below. This can just rip up and close above here. So there's waiting involved. But if you look at the higher time frame, it would make sense, right? Because the hourly is leaving a top wick. So if we can pull back down and form a support at 32.45, it would be a bottom wick entry on the hourly, and we would have some kind of stops here that would not be 200 pips down, 250 pips down. $200. Direction was right, timing was off. I know both positions we had were buys. One lost, one won. What we gonna do? 5 minutes here. Yeah, for all we know, this could be a 4-hour bottom top wick. I mean, so what happened at this level previously? Respected, right? And the next candle ripped straight down. We shall see. But over here, you see, you never had a closure above. Over here, we're gonna have a closure above. Well, maybe. We'll see. It's too soon to speak. Another 4 minutes. One hour fake out. Why not take break of current candle after creating bottom wick? Right now, because you would be buying into a resistance. 20 pips to go there. But if we're above here, it'll be a lot cleaner. 100 pips. That's it for you, Turpy? Alright. Let's see if we get what we drew. Thanks for the stream, for sure. Thank you for coming through. We're probably gonna call it here very soon too. I want to see how we set up, how we close. Here. Send you home. Oh, you got to get all the streams to end. It's not just me. You got to worry about all the streams ending. Yeah, close all the streams down. Green's gonna do a walk around. Just call it a day. Chop chop, everybody. If you could give us 15 no bottom wick here at support. No bottom wick. That is interesting. Maybe. Now, if we can make a top wick here, come down, tap these areas, roughly a 40 pip stop, and then re-break highs. That's I would like for it to break this low. If we could break that low, the previous 30 low, and then flip bullish, re-break highs, it would be amazing. Can't do anything with this. We can stay 30 minutes. Oh, he said I'm last man standing. Everyone's done with their streams? What the fuck have they done? Chat. The most dedicated New York session live stream. Well, maybe Patrick Whelan has got some extra traction today. But everybody else is done. That's crazy. How did they do? If you don't mind me asking, Green. Actually, fuck it. I'm just asking for a comparison. Don't answer that. Comparison's the thief of joy. When you will see the price to fill the wick. All in W's all around. Amazing. Awesome. Thanks for not telling me. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a session. I'm gonna need this to set up. This is not set up here just yet for me. Yeah, gang. Spam some dubs for the profitable day. Spam some dubs. Let's fucking go. Let's call it a session. Spam some dubs and we out. Thank you very much to my resident spammers. Appreciate all you. Yeah, let's call it a session. We need to get out of this range. For now, it's stuck in this range, and we need to start closing above or below, but we need some closures. All right. Stay locked in if you're in the signal channel, probably through noon for the next hour. If we set up, great. If we don't, then I'll be out, and we'll continue tonight in the Asian session. Sorry I'm late to take a trade today. This fucking guy. Troll of the year. Alright, gang. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Mods, thank you for helping me run the stream, by the way. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. As for me, my time here is up. And just like that, another New York session is in the books.